Hello, fellow seekers. Welcome to the Seeker's Path with Dr. Innes. I'm Dr. Innes, of course. Welcome to part 4 of To Be or Not to Be. In the last video, I shared some about coming home from my trip last year and how I came home different. And I came home in a process where I felt like I was changing and I didn't know what the next steps were going to be. Until that weekend retreat with my kind of spiritual friends, my entrepreneur girlfriends. And I came out of that with very strong, very clear plan. Sell the house, sell all my stuff, travel a little, retire as a psychotherapist in August, and then spend the rest of the year finishing the book. And then this year I would be starting the next phase of work. So I got the house ready, sold the stuff, got down here visiting on the Oregon coast. And as I shared, some of my plans to go back to Washington had kind of fallen apart. And nothing was coming together to make it possible for me to go back there. There wasn't any place to go, really. But everything fell into place for me to stay here. And I love this place, and I was acquainted with some people here. And somehow I landed in this amazing parking place with my little trailer and my cats and the ocean. And it was easy. It was easy. I had a little resistance when my friend kept asking me, why do you have to go back? Why do you have to go back? And I was like, that was my plan. I don't know. And usually when I get in that struggle place, there's a point where I kind of smack into the wall. And then that slows me down for a minute. And I have to let go because I can't make the thing happen. And it kind of puts me in a place of surrendering. And then I can actually feel into, okay, what's the right thing? What's the right next step? And this was it. So then I had a new plan. Okay, I'm good being here. I'll stay here. I'll finish up with my clients in June. I'll write the book. So I finish up with my clients in August, rather. And immediately I am kind of swamped with grief, sadness, and burnout. And it took me down for a while. It took me down for a while. And I really had to focus on practicing what I preach, so to speak. Really doing the things that help me be in alignment. Being in nature, being in the trees, being next to the ocean, doing yoga, spending time with friends and in community, asking questions, asking for guidance, listening, being present. And I have come to trust, that doesn't mean it's comfortable, but I have come to trust that if I can find some patience, it will come to me, the clarity will come. I tried to write the book in the fall. I really worked hard at it, and it wasn't happening, even though I have all the material. I'm a good writer. I like writing. I like creating, all of that. But it wasn't happening, and I tried harder. And I know that trying harder is not a sustainable strategy. It just isn't, especially for me. So, again, it was my struggle against trying to control what was happening. And this question popped up. I don't remember exactly when, but in the fall, first half of the fall, September, October. What if a book is not the right format for me? What if that long form of communication is not my best path? And that kind of threw me for a loop because I'm like, if I don't do that, what do I do? And I was terrified. I was terrified. I also had my 60th birthday at the beginning of November. And I don't have a problem with being 60 um, at all. But there was a lot on my mind about my place in life, my um, not knowing what my path was, how do I contribute? Um, I quit my job and I'm going to need to generate income, and what about all those kind of things, all the scary what ifs, right? What's my role stepping into this new age, this new phase of life as a crone, as a mentor, as an elder? How do I contribute? Those were all the questions percolating around. I had an experience at the end of November that kind of blew my mind. I've been learning about cogno movement. I'm sure I'll talk about that sometime. But I had a session with my mentor that it calmed my nervous system in a way that it took out all the anxiety, which was a little bit mind-blowing. And then I started moving into more creativity. I started drawing. I started doing some painting. Not any real painting, but some painting and drawing, and bringing music back into my life, and the writing. And I was just percolating in this place. I'd been following some YouTube creators who seem to be really successful. They, hundreds of thousands of followers. And it kind of, that just popped up one day. Like, what if that kind of short form where I can teach in this way, I can write and do video and talk and it's a creative process. There's a lot of flexibility in what I can do. And I just started having ideas about main topics, guided experiences, book club, practical spirituality. How do we bring all our spiritual learning and real knowledge, and how do we make it wisdom in our everyday lives? All of this started to percolate, and it felt like the universe showed me that's the next step. Even though I have no idea how to do this, I don't know how to make a living doing this, but I saw that it was important for me to take the steps, including that I needed to do my way, which is not the usual way. Whew. And believe me, that is scary. There's uncertainty. And I was not shown any clear this, then this, then this steps. I was shown the next step. And that brings me to the beginning of 2024. And I will talk about that in the next video. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, question. I'd love to interact with you. And I want to make this channel for you. I'm gonna share the stuff that I'm fascinated by, interested in, that I think is important, But I also really want to help you find your answers along the way. So ask me the questions that you have, and we'll figure them out together. I'll share my thoughts, and you can discover what's true for you in the process. Okay, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, love yourself, act like it, share it, and that will change the world. Be well, seekers.